All right. Well, Vicki, great to see you today. It's so good of you to join. As you know, I, like you, am a lawyer, mother, and have opted to do a startup called Tech for Rights. And we're building an app so that Gen Z can more easily do political activism around reproductive rights. And in my travels, I have become a TikToker. And some of the things I've learned from this work is that people are really curious about this coming election, November, and have questions about our government, the candidates they're going to see, and how this whole thing works. And given that you are, like me, a lawyer, a mom who cares about the issues that we're facing, as well as, we should say, leadership in women's soccer. So you definitely care about the women's angle, but you have decided to become a politician and you are on the city council at Palo Alto. So I thought it'd be great for us just to have a conversation to the extent will help anybody who's wondering what the heck is going on this election season. So did I miss anything? Is there anything else you want to say about yourself?
Well, that was a great introduction, and yes, I have sort of changed lanes, so to speak, where I still keep one foot in the legal lane with you. But we've both put the other foot into the political lane because it's just so important these days, as we see what's going on in our government at all levels, and especially right now, our federal level. There's a lot of changed times, changed vibes, difficulty getting stuff done, frankly. So it's really important that everybody gets involved, and that's been one of the things I've been trying to do is to make sure we get, representative policy made at all levels. So, yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
Okay, great. So people are going to see a bunch of different candidates on the ballot this November. Everybody's familiar with the presidential candidates. Can you kind of step through who they're going to see at the federal level, and we'll get to the state level as well, and what their different roles are?
Well, sure. I'll just start at a high level, a general level. So the ballot will have federal candidates for president and vice president, candidates for uh, Congress, so your House of Representatives and Senate, um, that will have candidates at the state level. Some states have governorships up, others don't this year, but they'll have their own legislative bodies up. And that looks a little different state to state. But then down at the county and local level, there's also candidates up, and those are important as well because each has different policymaking responsibility that affects your life directly. So it's important to look at all of those. And then there's even some propositions and ballot initiatives where there are policy questions for people to answer as well. So every bit of that is going to affect your life going forward. So there's all these different things to pay attention to.
It sounds overwhelming, but let's break it down and make it easier. Oddly, on TikTok, I've been doing a lot of that, doing 1 minute videos on different propositions and that people have asked me for. So let's see what we can do here. So you and I are lawyers. I was not the best at con law, but I do know there are three branches of government. And I thought it might be good just to start there. There's the executive branch, and there are going to be candidates that fall under the executive branch. Who are they and what do they do? Let's break it down.
Sure. Well, there's an executive branch at both the state and federal levels, and in some cities at the local level. Different cities govern themselves differently. I'll go back to that. But generally,